That always helps to get that algorithm going. We do have a couple of people selling live right now. So you guys might be popping back and forth, which is totally fine. I didn't realize tonight would be like the most popular live sale night of the whole month of February. Hi, Debbie. Hello. Thank you for being here. I'm going to just add some host notes here. Guys, because I have entered the stage in my life where I don't want to use my thumbs anymore. Hey, David. David, thanks for being here. Okay, I'm going to share this out. So yeah, like I was saying, we might have this might be a replay opportunity because we might have a smaller crowd just because we do have, it's just Tanya. Tanya's live, but then Ladybug is at 9, Debbie's at 9:30. So we have a really fun, busy Thursday. All right, let's get this shared out. And we have 7 live viewers. Let me know that you're here. Don't be shy. Hello for a seller or a Selin, Michigan. Love it. How is Michigan today? Tanya's here. Tanya, you don't have to stop your live. Oh no, did you stop your live for this? You don't have to. I know you've been selling for a while, but you don't have to stop your live. Hi. Good. I'm great. It was like 60 degrees today. But here's the thing that happened to me today, guys. So I had a latte from Starbucks a few weeks ago, which I really should stop supporting Starbucks. I can go to a local coffee shop, but it made me feel really sick. And I just thought it was the milk. And then I bought it today and I'm feeling sick again. They changed something about the espresso. So no more indie coffee shops only. No more Starbucks. I'm feeling it. So if you guys notice that I'm like, I think I have food poisoning from Starbucks. All right, live now, pricing and discussion on vintage jewelry value. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background as to why we're having this. And then we're going to bring on our first TED Talk speaker when she's here. And that's if she's here first. If not, I might bring on someone earlier just because we're going to have a ton of voices. It's not like a one person conversation. It's just like a healthy conversation around how do we price vintage jewelry? How do we put a value? What should we know as buyers and collectors? What should we know as new sellers? What are some things to look out for to identify authenticity or to identify miss authenticity and the fact that maybe a seller thought it was something, but it's not. And just really begin to elevate the conversation because we are building something that is going to serve people that want to be here because they know that they're getting the best. They're getting things that are priced appropriately, that are identified correctly, and it's a lifelong journey. But that's why here at Vintage Jewelry Addicts, we always strive to bring education to the forefront. So let me share this out. Okay, join the live educational session now. So again, this will be a little bit of a different educational session because I'm not really teaching. I'm more helping bring some voices to the forefront. And if there is someone in the chat that says, I'd love to hop on and be live with you, I totally welcome that. Just know that I will invite you and you'll be a little square and we'll play Brady Bunch. So, it could be in your kitchen if that's where you are at the moment. But I did invite a few people just so that I knew that I had a few people on standby. But if you're someone that says, hey, I would love to raise your hand because we would love to have you pop on. And you don't have to show your face. You can also just sort of be like a voice because I know some of us prefer being anonymous. So, okay, cool. We've got a YouTuber. I don't know. Is that Lenny? Lenny, if you want to join us, we're on vintagejewelryaddicts.com. Oh, you wanted to raid me. Oh, thank you for raiding. Thank you, Tanya, for raiding. That's why all my people went up. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. All right, so I'm going to tag Kristen and just see if she's here. Thank you, Tanya. How was your live sale, Tanya? What did you sell? What was the favorite thing that you sold? Because I did see some sales come through. Okay, let's see here. She's here. Sorry, Kristen, you were in the wings. You were in the wings. I'm just gonna jump onto YouTube and just see. You sold rings. Awesome. Oh, David. Awesome, David. I'm gonna give you the link so you can join. I just have to hop on YouTube. So we stream to YouTube, but we're actually, sorry, Kristen, I didn't mean to. I knew you were here. Your agent called me and let me know that you were going to be here. So thank you, guys. Kristen's agent, it was really hard to get her on. Okay. It was really hard. She has just a little bit of time. I love that you can joke with me like this. I so appreciate you. I look forward to meeting you in person and giving you a huge hug one day. Okay, let me just see if we can get David on from YouTube, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit more background, and then we are going to get this party started. So I think something that we see all the time that can be exciting, but it can also be frustrating for those of us that are established sellers, is we do see a lot of people doing blowout sales on live sales. And that's across all categories. That could be blowout cars. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, this car is starting at $1. Or clothing, vintage clothing, designer clothing. And they do it in such a way where it's just this like ridiculous starting price. And some people have such large followings that $1 or that $3, it does get bid up. But for communities like Vintage Jewelry Addicts, and you know, I would say anyone, honestly, who's looking to represent the value of an item fairly to them, but also fairly to the industry as a whole, starting awesome pieces at $1 or $3 or $5, it's just not fair all around. And so we started having a conversation in the subscriber chat, and Kristen passionately jumped in, and I loved what she had to say. And then she was very humble, and she's like, that's my TED talk, you know, almost like joking. But I was like, no, like, this isn't a joke. This is a conversation that should be had. And, you know, it's not that I would ever discourage anyone from doing $1 blowout sale, but I also feel like it's not something I want to encourage either. Right. And so I think Kristen, once we bring her on board, she definitely, as a live seller across multiple platforms, including Vintage Jewelry Addicts, other marketplaces here on District, whatnot. I'm sure Kristen, she's done oodles of other things with jewelry, but she's, you know, really learned, you know, how do I make this worth my time? And then how do I also create a customer base that really appreciates what I have, you know? And so we want all of our sellers and all of our customers to get the best here. And so that is what we're striving for as a community, the best quality, the best customer service. And that doesn't have to be $1, $3 starting bids. It can sometimes for the right situation. But if you guys have been watching our live sales recently, our sellers have not been moving inventory at $1 and $3 starting bids. So Kristen, when you're ready, thank you, Tanya. Yes, if you guys, please comment all you want. Also, Tanya, if you want to hop on and chat, I would love to have you hop on. But Kristen, I'm going to invite you on. Are you ready? And we're just going to kind of like jump into this. I told all of our sellers, I was like, you don't have to write anything. Like, we're just going to have a conversation. We're just going to make this low key. Maybe one day we'll have a you know, sponsored conference, and we can make it official. So, okay, Kristen, I'm going to invite you, babe. Invite to co-host. All right, she accepted.
Hello.
Hello, Kristen. For hopping on.
How are you? Look what I found today.
Let's see. Wait, is that a Santa Claus?
Yes. It's a Russian lacquer brooch with a Santa and a bunny. And it was the only moment that I got to go sourcing in the past, like, I don't even know. AirPod out. Okay.
Oh, it's awesome.
Hold on, hold on. I forgot I had an AirPod in. I'm a mess. Hold on. What is
Oh,
wrong
you're
with
all
me?
good.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, that's
Hold
the
on.
character.
Sorry,
I
guys.
but
I have to park it across the room. There you go. Can you guys hear me now? Let's see. How about now?
you, Debbie. Oh, she's paused now. I bet she's. Oh, we lost her. We lost her. Okay, I'll invite you again, Kristen.
Sorry.
It's okay. You know.
What a hot mess.
Oh, she's back.
Yeah, sorry. I had my AirPods in because I'm with my mom and I don't want her to get distracted by other sounds. Sorry. And then I come in here and I'm like, oops, oops. Okay. So this is the only time I've had to go sourcing outside of the house in forever. And I found this gem and I was like, this is perfect. This is perfect. Because guess what? I could not find this online anywhere. Nothing's like, there's tons of Russian lacquered brooches, obviously. I could not find one that looks like this, not even like close. And it's signed. It's a Santa. It has a bunny. It's impeccable. It's amazing. It's so perfect. And it made me, I'm like, there are people selling these on eBay for like $5. And I'm like, no, that's chaos. That's insane. And then they're also on eBay for $80. And I'm like, I like that. That's awesome. That's awesome. $80. But yeah, probably not realistic. But I think it all depends on for pricing being realistic and fair, but also valuing yourself and the community. And that's like kind of like what I've learned from being on Whatnot for a long time as a seller and a buyer and just like and a moderator really, and just seeing like what happens and people just get pushed out of the selling end of it because they thought they had to compete with the crush of jewelry salespeople, is that they have to start stuff at like $1. And it's just not, you're worth more than that. And your stuff is worth more than that. This is not, I don't think anybody would sell this for $1, but I'm just saying, like, there's no vintage jewelry that's worth $1. And then if, you have to figure your accounting, like forget your time, all that. But like if you sell one thing, you're putting it in a bag with bubble wrap in a mailer minus fees. You might make like pennies. It's terrible. Like, and I just try to tell folks, like, value yourself, know your worth, and just like you want to put yourself forward as someone who not just knows what they're doing, but someone that, I don't know, like we just have, it's so important to all of us, to the entire community, if we all know our worth. And it affects all of us as a community, I think, if we all, you know, just it's hard. I know it's hard when we see people going, everything's $3 today, and it's like, oh God. But I know it's a struggle. It's a struggle, but we have to stand firm and just keep, doing our thing and working hard, but always like knowing who we are, valuing our brand, building our brand, and just, I know it's hard. It's hard, but keep, making our footprint in the community and just keep doing great. Yeah. So that is my opinion on that. But what do you think, Sam?
I, lo-
Go,
I,
Sam. I got this too.
I, oh gosh. Oh, the pearl necktie.
Yes.
She brought up a great point about, wait, it's only worth what someone is willing to pay. I think you're
Hmm.
right, Pearl, based on where you're selling. But I think the
Yeah.
important thing is that different places are going to value you differently. So, like,
Yeah.
a pawn shop is going to be than a museum. There's just
Hmm.
great, I don't have to share, like, people value differently. And I think that's why the more educated our buyers become, right, Kristen,
Right.
around,
Right. Yeah.
they're like, oh, that Monet is from the book.
Yep.
And it's this price, boom. Versus,
Yeah.
oh, $3.
I last night I watched somebody, and I do this too. I do it too, because I don't have time. I have a massive amount of jewelry, and I get massive lots like every week, which is a problem. And I have to like pick and choose what I research because I just have too much stuff and I don't have a lot of time. And sometimes stuff slips past me, and I'm like, guys, I don't know what this is. If you know what it is, bid accordingly, do your thing. And, sometimes you get killer deals, and that's just the nature of the beast. Because it's happened to me where I've gotten a great deal on something like a Joan Rivers pin, a brooch that was worth like $130, and I got it for next to nothing. And then I turned around and did the same thing. Oopsies. It happens. But like, it's not ideal. That's not my goal, to sell things for pennies on the dollar, but I'm also not trying to, like, I, our buyers are not dumb. They're not dumb. A lot of them are a lot savvier than we know. And like last night I was watching um a sale that was all $3 starts. And it wasn't like, they weren't selling like, Juliana for $3 or anything like that. But it was all like costume and stuff, and then she sold a necklace and everybody started bidding. And she
Mm,
was like, "Oh, so this must be something."
yeah.
And there were a lot of bidders, and it was like, huh. So you guys know something I don't. And it's like, they know, people know, like not all the time everywhere, but for the most part, you know, these people are not here just for conversation. They're just not. Like, some of them are, but there's no way all these customers are here spending all this time and all this money just for conversation.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
not. So they know, and hopefully that benefits you because they will bid it up. So that'll be a perk every now and then. But yeah, it's hard because we tend to, and I said this to Sam, that we tend to like research it, and I'm not saying that good or bad, it happens. We go to eBay or we go to Etsy and find these price points, and it's like, oh well, you can get it on eBay for and it's like, who is that? I don't know who that is. Like, we see a person on eBay. I ran into a guy that was selling things on eBay for $5. His
Wow.
entire collection that his wife passed away, and she had collected glass her entire life, and he just wanted to get rid of it. And he started everything at $5, and I'm talking like Viking things that were worth $150, and he was starting them at 5. So don't necessarily look on eBay, and I'm not saying that anybody sees a price on eBay and they think that's gospel. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
people on eBay are just like us. They're not necessarily masters of everything. Some are obviously, but not necessarily. And we might be basing pricing, and sometimes buyers will be like, "Well, that's on eBay for like $9," and it's like, I don't know who that guy is. Like, that could be anybody. Like, so we tend to like, Google Lens things, and those price points are not shouldn't be, you know gospel for what we do. I know, Cheryl, that's me too. That's me too. I don't care. If I like it, I like it. So that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Eric, just
Same here.
great point of,
Yep.
and I think that you basically, said this, but also be careful not to fall in love with an
Mm-hmm.
item. Sometimes we
Yep.
overvalue like
Right.
for sure. And a good auction has winners and losers. If the auctioneer always wins, the bidders will stop coming back. I think
Yep.
the key from what I've seen, and Kristen, I'd love to hear
Mm-hmm.
from you, is to have a couple of those like, ooh, this is this is something. And I know it's something, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna at this price as a gift to you, right? But you're not doing it again. The point is that, we're not
Yeah.
selling everything. There's gonna be I know what those things are, but still I'd rather see us wait and get $75, buy it now than $20 auction.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
you need the money. And I've been there. I have undersold
I
so many things.
know. Same. Oh gosh, oh my gosh. If I had a nickel for every time I spotted something in a jewelry book, and I'm not saying that in the jewelry book it's like, oh great, it's valued at $300 and I sold it for 20. Great. I know
Yeah.
that those books, like as soon as they're printed, the prices are different. But it happens. And I I know. It but Cheryl, me too. Me too. And that's why I believe in what goes around comes around. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean like sometimes things have come to me and accident, like the price, I got a deal. It was a steal of a deal. And then in turn, I feel like that's going to happen on the other end. The, it's going to go the same way for me selling to somebody else. So I don't care. There's never any hurt feelings. I'm never like, "Oh, no, that's not like, nope. Nope. I'm happy for everybody. I don't get upset because guess what? There's another piece of jewelry right behind it. There's another piece right behind that. I am fine. It's
Yeah.
all going to come out. It's all going to work out. Everything's fine. And if you're happy, I'm happy. Like I can't be upset if like I lose X. No, there's no time
Keep it
for that.
moving.
There's no time for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to be happy and yeah, none of that. None of that is going on here. So I just believe in being fair, making everybody happy, but you got to value still there's still got to be a level of valuing yourself and your fellow sellers and the community in general while also being obviously first and foremost is having a great experience for our customers.
Yeah.
It's a fine line. I mean there's so many competing things going on that there's a lot. I know it's a big message, and the bottom line is like you want to find great stuff at a great price so you can pass on a great price so that the customer gets what they want at a good deal. It's a lot. But yeah, I
I
know, Cheryl, me too. Till I finally just said, no, move it along. I know I did the same thing and I just put way too many hours into it. And once you do that, it's like, how am I
yeah,
making money here?
because it's
How?
so time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I think and thank you so much. First of all, can we all thank Kristen for hopping on first? Because this is like she said, this is kind of the hot seat where it's a delicate conversation. We want everyone to be happy. So please thank Kristen in the comments and check out her next
No
live,
worries.
which is Friday night, tomorrow night with
Yes. With
Andrea,
Amanda. Yeah.
10 p.m. Shop. I think the most
Always fun.
thing that the nugget that I will stand behind is like if you sell something for $1, that you guys have like a transaction fee on every single item sold here and
Mm,
every single item, not like if you sell five that one person, it's one fee. It's like what is it, 8 cents or something off the top, or is it the two?
something like that.
I think it's the 2.5. No, and 30
But
cents.
is
That's
it
what it
and 30 cents? Yep.
30
30
cents.
cents.
30.
Yeah.
So straight off the gate is 70 cents.
Uh-huh.
And then the transaction fee, and then the commission, and then back to what Kristen said. You're basically giving
Uh-huh.
it free minus money. You're losing money.
Yeah. Because if you're doing like God for and again, every I mean, you don't want to make a habit of it, but like if you do it now and then, it's always goodwill. It's always good to gain a customer.
It's true.
That's always great. And it's hard to gain new customers. It's great to have that goodwill going. But like mailers are expensive. Mailers are expensive. That's like you're talking 20 cents plus maybe, and bubble wrap and ink and labels and stickers and car you're driving to the like plus you had to source it, you're putting baggies. I mean, yeah, you're losing money if you're selling one thing to one person. Like that's rough.
Dollar.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So
So
yes,
it's
try
a
to be
it's a
yeah.
choice. You all have the choice. I think we've done the $3
Mm-hmm.
train with the broken
Yep.
item. But even from what I noticed, right, Kristen, it was hard to sell those items.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do have to like this is a major science. This is a science. And you know that back in the day, they used to do all kinds of like marketing research based on like what is the right price for any specific item because if it's too low, people won't buy it. There is literally too low of a price for any specific item because people think that can't be good. It must be junk. And then if it's there's a price where there's a tipping point where it's just nope, that's too high, too much. I can't go that high. So you have to find this perfect sweet spot. I know this is hard. People spend tons of money trying to figure this out. Like Walmart didn't do this overnight. Like I mean, this is hard. So it's like what is the perfect price for your standard Sarah Coventry brooch? Is it $7? Is it 8, 10? It depends. And it's like, it's got to be right in that sweet spot because people be like, wait, $3 for Sarah Coventry? Is it broken? Is it junk? Is it tarnished? Is it repaired? Is it, does nobody like it? Is it plenty? Like, why would it be $3? It's Sarah Coventry, but they don't want to spend 12. Like, it's hard. And they think that about every single piece. So, yeah, 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 it's a lot. It's a lot, but you'll figure it out. And once you keep doing it, you'll know. It'll be second nature. You'll know. Yeah.
Love this. I love this. Awesome. Okay,
Woohoo.
Kristen, I'm going to
Thank you
thank
guys.
Agent profusely for allowing you to be on tonight. Thank you so much. Really,
Absolutely.
thank
Anytime. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
See you tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Yeah.
Yay.
So I asked two more subscriber sellers if they had some time to jump on, and then we're going to hear from Diana of Arctic Angels Treasures around 8:45. So David just volunteered. So David, I'm going to bring you on, and I'm so excited to hear from you, David. All right, accepted. Hey, David.
I know I'm wearing a hat because I don't want to show you my bald head. So, but I am going to show you some jewelry. So let's talk about pricing, right? So I sell three types of jewelry. First of all, for the people who don't know me, we've got quite a bit of experience selling glass. So I'm on Whatnot. I'm known for selling glass, a lot of Fenton. I'll give you an example. I'll show you some Fenton. So like here's a collection of Fenton. You can see the type of Fenton. This is in my living room, just so you know. I buy the stuff and I'm actually showing it and I enjoy it in my living room. So I started selling jewelry several months back at a recommendation of a gentleman at a boutique shop that we support, Sunshine Acres, to start selling jewelry. Asked what I thought about it, would I consider it. And I got some jewelry from him at a reasonable price, but unfortunately I started selling it one at a time and it wasn't selling. So he said group them together and start them at $5. Well, he said $5. Well, I didn't do $5. I did like eight. I did $10. And then it was selling. I mean, I don't make a lot of money that way, but it was a way to get going. And I found some customers, and I've been able to sell some pieces quite a bit. And so we have like three sort of pricing schemes. We have the lot jewelry that I sell start at 8. I have estate pieces that I start around 15 or 20, 15, maybe a little bit more. And then I've recently acquired about a 220 piece estate piece from a vendor who went out of business. And this is what I'm showing you guys. This little brooch right here is a Schneider. This little guy, if you go Google Lens him, you have any idea how much this is worth? In the chat, tell us what you think this is worth. The comps the comps on this guy, you guys want to know the comps? Nope, you're nowhere near $3,000. That's the comp. That's the comp on it. I bought her entire collection. Um, yeah, 3,000. So the other thing I belong to is WorthPoint. So if you're doing this seriously, um, you have to get to WorthPoint so you can get real comps. And this is labeled. There's a label there somewhere. It's hidden in there. There it is, right there. There's the label. So yeah, so WorthPoint is what I use to comp. This is a Bouchard Sterling. This is about $100. And this little guy right here, he's Sterling, and he's original Tafari. So this is an original Tafari piece, a vintage Tafari. He's about maybe $80. And so, and this is a Joe Max, so that'll be a lower price one. But here's something that's interesting. Look at this. So you see this average box. This is an Eisenberg and Son, an original. It is rhodium, and what makes this one more valuable is that it has the box, and it dates back to the 19. I think the 30s or the 40s for this particular piece. And this sold recently with the box for like a couple $100. So I'm going to try and put some of these in the system and see if somebody's interested in these. But these will have to sell in a place like Cherish or online because I'm not sure anybody's going to pay $3,000 for that brooch. But if they do, I'll give you a good deal on it. But it's not going to be maybe 2,500. But it sold for over $3,000. That's what it sold for. It's signed. And then this is a Marion Haskell. And there's her stamp on that bottom on that one. Yep, hang on, I'll get it. It's twisted a little bit, guys. Sorry about that. There you go. And this is their emerald glass pumpkin and melon bead necklace. The identical one sold for a couple $100 on WorthPoint on eBay. So it depends on what you're selling, right? So if you're selling a high end piece like this, then what's the brooch made out of? This is that the question? This brooch right here, I don't know. I have to look at it. I think it's obviously a bakelite or a lucite of some type. It dates back, to the age. And here's the deal: there's hardly any weld marks on it. You see how it's all hinged up? That's how you can tell what his pieces are. So that's how you can tell. And this one's signed. The unsigned ones go for less money. The signed ones go for significantly more money. And that particular starburst pattern, and they made them with white. They made them with blue. They made this bead will be different on the outside, different colors. And the reason why they started making them like this back in the 30s was the Depression, and so people couldn't afford the rare stones, and so they came up with with the high-end costume jewelry. Sterling was cheap back in the day, right? A couple dollars an ounce. Now it's $32 an ounce. I'm going to repeat that. Sterling is $32 an ounce. Stop selling your sterling so cheap. Melt it down. You'll get more money for it. Period. I can't say it anymore. It is You just have to be careful on the sterling because you're giving it away. And if you can take it down to a pawn shop and they'll give you 80% value on the melt, and and maybe something for the stone, and you're better off than selling it for $10. So just a heads up, guys, because I won't do it. I'll weigh it. I'll measure it, and if I can get $10, $15 for it, that's better than I can get it at a pawn. But otherwise, I'm not going to do that. So yeah, you're welcome, Arctic Angels, on that. So anyway, so three types of jewelry that we sell. We stumbled across, honestly. This was an expensive collection. This was a very expensive collection of the 220 pieces, and I have a lot of it. I even bought. She even gave me the storage dresser that they're all in. Looks like it's a dresser, but it's not. It has 22 drawers on it. I've only gone through 4 drawers of 22. It's a sheet music. My wife is telling me it's a sheet music dresser. And if I walked in the bedroom and showed it to you guys, you'd be surprised. But anyway, so we were able to buy some of the lots, and we can start them at $8. We share the proceeds with them. We'll also get some pieces like this that I might start at a little higher price. There'll still be a good deal, but I won't start it at $8. It has to be higher. Things like this have to go probably. I can list them here, and I have some nice pieces listed. On the site at a very reasonable price, as you pointed out, a couple of your sales, and they haven't sold yet. But I'll just keep them there and see what happens. They're really nice. Now, I will tell you why I do a lot of glass. My wife loves the jewelry, folks, and she's been collecting it in piles. I have to get it from her. So by her desk in her office, we share an office. The jewelry pile is grown. So they're growing. It's really sad. So anyway, the sell is in the buy. That's my advice to you all. The sell is into the buy. So be careful what you're buying and how you're buying it, and do some research. And if you run across something that looks like this and you're not too sure, or something looks like that, flip it over, look at the back, look for the labels the best you can, Google Lens it the best you can, and get an idea of what you're buying. So I bought a bunch of. So look at, she said, you're not getting my pile of jewelry. I bought a bunch of mosaics, micro mosaics, because they were hot, and I got to get them listed. I'll probably sell them for what I bought them for. But micro mosaics seem to be popular on one marketplace, but not so much on another marketplace. And I noticed the micro mosaics online are starting to sell for pretty cheap. And I'm not gonna. I'll hold on to it if I have to, right? So I'll hold on to certain pieces. So anyway, so for me, my advice to everybody is the buy, the sells in the buy. Be careful what you're buying. Look for it. If you're buying large lots, take the junk, put them in a plastic bag, and sell them as craft bags someplace. And the stuff that isn't so junky, that's nice, it's wearable, put them in groups if you have to and sell them. But otherwise, the good stuff, sell them individually and price them accordingly to what you can find.
David,
And I think this might be milk glass, by the way. That might be milk glass.
it was when you were holding it to the screen, milk glass.
Yeah.
What a grab.
Yeah, I'll walk you to. If you guys had a second, I'll walk into the drawer, pull out some drawers, so you guys can see what's in the drawer. So you got a second?
Yeah, we have about 4 minutes.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna walk you to the bedroom because that's where it stores. I have no other place to stick it. So turning on the light.
Oh, this is so
All right.
exciting.
Oh, there you go. There's the dresser. So I pulled this one out. So there's this one.
Wow.
There's all of these pieces. That is worth a lot of money, believe it or not. I couldn't believe it. There's this one. There's this drawer. This is a craft. It's really nice. Unfortunately, they're not that expensive. They're not like that last one. Here, I haven't gotten to this drawer yet, so I have no idea what these are valued at. Most of these are Bouchard. There's this drawer. Anyway, So look at all the drawers. Haven't gotten through all of it. So these items will be coming at some point. Look at those pieces. And if I find a piece that's cosmetic in nature, I mean, it's not a high, take it and bring it and start it at $15, $25. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. All right. Well, anyway, I just wanted to show you that. That's what we're. So that's the thing you're looking for, right? If you stumble across a collection like that, don't pass it up. Um, Recognize that that's an investment. It'll take me a while to sell those, but end of the day, I just have to sell a few of them to get all my money back. I mean, that when I sell that one, I'll be even.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you
So,
so much. And just to recap, because David's a fast talker like me, he went over a few things. The most valuable is that he has been piecing items together and selling them as lots. Anyone that tuned into my conversation with Desiree, who owns the Jewelry Reseller Podcast, she predicted this as a trend of 2025. And if you watch David's live sales, he's behind Starbright Collection. You will notice that he sells those lots like hotcakes. And some of them, David, get bid up.
they get a bit up. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Put some good stuff in those lots. And we all want to get a little bit of a deal, right? But again, we're not really underselling. It's more of a strategy so that the buyer is getting a good deal, but we're also making a good sale. Is there
Yeah.
anything to add to that, David, about grouping together?
No, that's about right. So look for, when you're buying in lots, try to find stuff that's more metal, if you will, and then plastic based. We picked up a couple of boxes that were plastic based. We were really disappointed, and those are all going into craft bags. And plus the shipping, they get more value for the shipping. So Sherry was just saying that. So I could ship an entire 8 pieces for $5.50, and then the next 8 pieces for somebody is going to be $1. So they're getting better volume on their shipping because the way the post office works, right? So unlike a piece of glass, which is very, very heavy, it's hard to sell glass on the district because the cost of shipping is higher for glass. But the cost for shipping for jewelry on the district is a better deal than it is on whatnot. Yeah, people don't realize
Yeah,
that.
because keep your packages open and you can refund without the
You,
what
yeah.
monsters, gremlins
Yes,
telling you.
that's exactly what I do. I do. I'll hold a couple days open, and if I run them a couple days together, like I'll do a Saturday and then I'll do a Tuesday and then I'll ship it on Wednesday. And that's how I'll do that to help people out. And it's been working okay. And they get refunds. I refund if anybody bought from me and they're on here, they'll know that they got refunds. I do that. Has to be over $1 though, because honestly, it's not worth the effort.
Right, right. And if you guys get a
Yeah.
refund email from district that you were refunded, which I love. I love getting those
Yeah.
emails. Like a treat. So, David, thank you so much. When is your next sale with us?
So our next sale with you guys will be Saturday. It's 5 o'clock my time, 7 o'clock Eastern time, and then after next couple of weeks, we go to daylight. You guys go to daylight savings, so I go Pacific Coast because I'm in Arizona. So we don't change in Arizona. We're one of those states that just refuse to move.
I love it. I love it. All right, everyone. Into David. Saturday.
Thank you so much.
7 EST. Thank you so much for that amazing share, David. Really appreciate
it. Yeah, and you're unique around the corner. I'm in Mesa, Arizona. She's in Tucson.
Oh, I didn't know that she was in Arizona as well. Awesome. We got a lot of
here.
Yeah, let's have our conference in Arizona.
That'd be good. I'm good for that.
Yeah. Thank you again, David.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Go ahead and sign me off. I'm not sure how you do it.
I think, yep. I will stop posting. Okay, everyone, please thank David in the comments for that unexpected show and tell. Oh my goodness, I feel like we just went to a museum and we should pay a admission fee. Okay, that was incredible. And I think the other thing that I just want to reiterate, which yes, the goal was for Vintage Jewelry Addicts to be like First Dibs, where things sell at a premium, although I'm not quite sure how much things sell on 1stDibs and what the sell-through rate is. But just as a quick example, like some things that we have will sell better in different places, as online and in person, like a vintage jewelry show in LA or New York or Chicago. You can bring, a Schiaparelli piece and fetch a good price for it. Versus, as David was saying, you might have to sit on that price on eBay or wherever else you're selling, which he mentioned Cherish. And I didn't know that you could sell jewelry on Cherish. I don't know if someone could tell me in the comments if that's true. Because if that is true, I need to do some research. So, okay. Thank you again, David. So, Diana, the queen, she's going to laugh. Diana, the queen, if you're here, I will bring you on next. Diana comes to us with a very long history of jewelry selling and collecting. And she will never call herself an expert, but she has fantastic insights on very nuanced things about jewelry dating into the 1800s, perhaps even earlier. So if she's here, I know that she has some really, really great things to say. So I will bring you on next, Diana. If not, we will just wait. Or I could also bring Jamie on first, and then I could bring you on. So I'm just going to see. I'm going to tag her. She probably stepped away to freshen up. Let me see if she's here. Arctic. Let me know if ready. And yes, go follow David. Okay. Wow, this has been so much fun. I really stepped into this like, let's just do it and let's just have a honest conversation. So thank you to all of our sellers and everyone else in the comments for making this a really, really great chat. I will keep this as a replay to package. We've had a lot of educational sessions. So pretty soon I'm going to come out with actually like a document with all of the links. So if you are new to Vintage Jewelry Addicts, you can watch some of our sessions from the past. Oh, you might have to. I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. I just invited you. Let's see if it works. Okay, she popped on.
Oh, okay, don't look at me. I know I look kind of scary, but
You look.
I've been working downstairs putting books in bags. I am helping. Oh, who's that? It's me, Diana.
The one.
Don't be
The one.
don't be scared.
Diana.
I no, my hair is mushroomed and my face. I've had a really awful month and I am still displaced. I'm not going to show you a bunch of jewelry. I'm just here to scare you. No. Anyway, I'm sorry. Okay. Hi, vintage around the corner. We may not have met. I am the Arctic Angel. Oh yeah. Today I'm kind of scary. I've been working all day, doing tons of stuff, and I got my teeth in. Okay, so you know. Anyway, I'm kind of gonna expand on what David was saying quite a bit, and then kind of go backwards a little bit because I really about a year ago started finding a lot of Victorian jewelry, and I knew nothing about it, and so I make myself a student rather than a seller, so to speak, where I really learn about what I'm doing um, and what I'm selling. I'm not that person that's going to come sell you a, a Victorian brooch for, $5 or $10. Not on purpose, because I think that, okay, I started selling on eBay when it was still fun and you could still make a little piece of money. And I really think that I call it cheap bay for a reason, because I really think that it has kind of messed up the craft. Like I have a lot of books that I go to, especially for Victorian and really older jewelry, and the comps in there are like probably 75% more than what you're going to get them, what you'll pay for them now, which is really kind of sad because I really think that we've really there's a lot going on, and a lot of people are just flipping jewelry. And so it really cheapens our craft. Sometimes you get a really great piece that everybody's looking for. I found a Juliana not too long ago brooch that had watermelon, Rivoli, and I got a couple $100 for that. Um, I might have some somewhere. I am a little displaced right now, but I tend to find that kind of stuff. Um, Victorian mourning jewelry is different than just black jewelry. And unfortunately, another thing that's happened is that people see something and they go, "Oh, this is what I've got." And it's probably not. You can't just look, like when I Google things, I don't even look at Etsy, because Etsy is usually higher than everything. They got really high fees, and you probably aren't going to get that price very often. Um, Victorian jewelry, there's a lot, unfortunately, there's a difference between Victorian revival and Victorian and um, a later Victorian revival, which kind of happened in the 70s. Sometimes Chanel, but usually Victorian mourning jewelry is actually, when Prince Albert died, I can't remember the year. Queen Victoria made everybody in her court had to wear black until she died, because mourning went on for Prince Albert like 30 or 40 years, I think, maybe longer. Um, individual mourning jewelry, yes, sometimes has hair, sometimes has some flowers, and a locket. Thank you, 1861. Okay, and so I think Queen Victoria died in 1901, something like that, so that's like 40 years. At the end of the Victorian period, people were really tired of mourning, so instead of using black, they started using amethyst color to kind of signal that they were coming out of mourning. Mourning for individuals usually only lasted about a year. Um, yeah, I knew it was like 30 or 40 years. Those people had to wear black. Like, so during that from 1860 to 1900, you're going to see a lot of black cameos. You're going to see a lot of black jewelry with black in it. But there was also a lot of gold chains and things like that too. You really got to watch what you're selling, because and learn how to feel gold, huh, Jamie? I got a fix it pin from Jamie that's for sale. It turned out to be a Belle Epoque, which is in during the late Victorian era, but it was in France, and it means beautiful. But it was gold and garnet and tiny little pearls, and it was worth a lot, right? So you can, if you learn how gold feels, right? It was special, and it was not cheap to fix it, because I did have it professionally fixed to get the little pearls back on it. So sometimes I do that. I will take it to, if I think it's worth anything, I have an appraiser here in Spokane. I take it there. Um, I'll let them look at it. I'll let them fix it, appraise it. I found some amazing pieces that I didn't even realize were anything when I bid on them. Um, uh, so kind of learn a little bit about what you're selling, but be really careful and don't just go by, not everything that sparkles is Juliana. I tend to, when I run comps and price things, I go high, because I go higher on the comps, especially on Cheap Bay because their fees are so high. I'll come down a little bit on District because the fees aren't so high. But it's important not to just bottom base it and so you can flip it. I know right now more than anything, I know that the pressure to make money can be really difficult. And so pick out your stuff that you can sell for $5 and feel good about it, $8, $10, and set that aside and flip that versus something that may be worth a little bit more. But even Juliana is starting to kind of crash a little bit. And I think that the reason is because everybody's listing everything as Juliana. And even Juliana only was for 2 years. So, but D&E, which Deliza and Lister, they were like 40 years, 30 or 40 years that they actually did the jewelry, and they manufactured for the people. Sarah Coventry, Weiss, uh, Christian Dior, um, Hattie Carnegie. But some of the more expensive pieces, don't be afraid to sit on them because you will sell them. I had a pink, fabulous, I don't know, a lot of you people saw my pink, and I don't know what it is. I'm thinking it might have been check, but I got like it was like a choker, and it was milk glass and moonstone or milk glass, pink milk glass and pink rhinestones, and it was a choker and a bracelet and earrings, and I just sold it for $399 on eBay. I only paid $100 for the whole lot. And I still have pieces I haven't sold out of that lot. But I didn't want to just flip it because I knew I'd only paid for like $100 to pay for the lot because I knew it was special and it would bring more money. And so I just kind of hung on to it and listed it. And it took 3 or 4 months to sell, but it did sell. I really would like to see vintage jewelry addicts kind of get away from that flipping to resellers that flip it. Although I'm guilty too. I'll go in and buy jewelry and flip it. I usually tell people I'm going to buy this and then I'm going to flip it. But um, it's I don't know how to say. I just think it cheapens our craft, and I think that a lot of people might not know what they're selling. Yes, Jamie, we have to start developing our customers, which means sometimes hopping on other markets and getting people to follow you. Um, I'm on 4. I'm on a couple marketplaces, but the VGA is my home. And that's where I don't want to say that's where I'm loyal, but that's my home. And so I'll go sell on other markets in District, and I still doing Cheap Day. I don't use Worth Point to um, because I think that between eBay and Google, I get a good enough range. Worth Point, you have to pay like $20 a month, and so I don't I don't use Worth Point, but if you do, I'm not saying it's bad. I just found that the pieces that I had that I wanted to find were coming up on Worth Point were from eBay mostly anyway. So I kind of didn't. I just ignore Etsy when they come up. Um, a lot of times I have a hard time finding what I'm looking for. There are some good sites, but they don't want to run you like people don't want to run your comps and do your work for you. And part of your journey, part of learning to be a good seller is learning how to run your comps well. And things that you might be looking for. It is amazing. It is amazing. Um, I just found like Morning Glory. You can't really search a lot of um random things, but I also have um books and things like that. I have a Shriner's book and stuff like that. I use the databases for 2 or 3 databases. If you go to Vintage Jewelry Chat and Sell on Facebook, I have it's you don't have to like get approved to join. I don't care if you as long as you're not posting crap on there and trying to sell it for real. And I'll tell you if I think that. Um, see, there are people that pay for it, and I invest in other areas that I do research on. Worth Point works for Gyps. It works for David. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I don't use it because I use other things that are equally as good. But if you don't want to sit there and flip through books, yes, you do. You do sell more than jewelry. I've been selling more than jewelry too. Oh my gosh. I'm staying in a house that has 4 gens and 75 years of vintage in it. So, right? Except not a lot of jewelry, but other stuff. And no clothes, but other stuff. Right? Um so it really depends too. If you sell other things more than jewelry, then it might be worth it. No, I am in Washington. I am in Washington. Actually, I'm in Cheney. I do not have any Fenton because I don't collect it. I don't actually. The next door neighbor does. I've already talked to her about selling it for her.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. But make sure that when you're running your comps, you're not just grabbing at the first thing that looks high. I've gone in and done some consultations, personal consultations, and they go, "Well, here on Etsy it says it's worth $500." Yeah, that's Etsy. And yes, so go to your sold, go into your eBay sold, and look at and use the filters that say sold and completed. If you're going to comps to get the low prices and the high prices, and then use Google because not everything's on eBay. Not everything. I hate it when I trying to Google something and the only listings that come up are mine. That's not fair. But don't cheapen the. Start raising the prices on your craft, kids, because it's very important for everybody. I know
Here, here.
nobody does know everything, do they? And I don't think I know everything at all. I'm a student, not an expert. A lot of people ask me things, but sometimes maybe start not calling it crap. Ooh. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to offend anybody, but um,
There's a very popular seller and whatnot who sells clothing, but she sells it at very low prices. And she's like, I can't believe you guys want this crap, but take it. Like, she's really funny about it. But,
oh, okay, oh, yeah.
but yeah, no, this, first of all, Diana, thank you so much for your insights. And I think, what I love about what Diana has to say, guys, is it's a little bit different than what we heard from Kristen for a moment, where it's like, yeah, you can research, and it takes a lot of time. But back to Diana's story about, selling the necklace, earrings, bracelet set on eBay for $300. She could have sold it for $100 in like 2 days, but she did the work, or she did the research. She waited
I hatched it.
and sold more. Yeah. So patience can make us more money in this. I think that's the problem. I know that's the problem with live selling for me is I'm like, well, I'm about to go live. Why don't I just sell it now? But the other thing too, guys, is you can and we've seen it. You guys don't watch all the live sales. We've seen some of the prices. So some sellers have done this successfully. You can show your $3,000 approach. I mean, you might as well. I challenged Jamie the other day. Jamie, it was an opal 14 karat gold. You had it appraised at around 1,200, and I was like, Jamie, show it, sell it. See, someone might want it. And we're not going to get the customers unless we start showing, and I'm going to use the word, the good crap, just to be funny about it, but the good stuff, right? Like, so I challenge to show it. You might not sell it
Crap
today.
is not good.
Sorry, Diana, I
Right.
can't hear you.
I said crap is not. I know I'm piggybacking off the next door neighbor's Wi-Fi, so sometimes I go in and out. Crap is not good. Well, crap is good. You got good crap, and then you got good stuff. So,
Yes. True. Good stuff. We want the good stuff.
oh man, I got the best pot metal lot today. It was a little bit of a stretch, because I haven't sold much in the last month, but I just had to have it. I watched all the others go by, but I got that. It's got like 4 Boucher birds in it, enamel and rhine. Oh, it's perfect. I don't know. I might not be able to sell it because I just want to keep it all because
Right.
it's pot metal.
You love
But
metal.
I will sell. Yeah, I know. I got a, but yeah, I will sit. I will end up sitting on the pieces probably for a minute because they're $200, $300, $400 pieces, and I got 7 of them. I was so happy. Anyway,
That's fantastic. That's and I just want to congratulate Elsie. Yeah, guys, share your wins in the comments of what you've sold here on District. When we first started, I sold an Izzy Miyake set for $400. So it happens.
nice.
But yeah, we have to show it. And that's part of the point of this is if there's more $5 auctions, then the people, like back to what Kristen said, like people aren't going to come on because they're going to be like, well, it's all $5 stuff. We want people to look and have a 4-dimensional experience with these collectors. eBay is wonderful, but it's not a live sale where you can actually ask questions, connect with the buyer. Here, you might show it. That customer might come to you the next day and be like, hey, I'm interested, but can you wait? Or can you send me this? Or, hey, I'm going to go do some research myself, whatever it is. But the buyer seller connection is much better. So I think it will aid the sale more, but we do have to show those pieces to allow that to happen. Oh my God, Jamie, that's awesome. Oh no, Diana, I think
Another thing is you can actually show the flaws in it, whereas on eBay you can't see it at all. So, unless you're like honest about it, which most people have integrity and don't sell your sterling for nothing.
yeah, that's the
I'm not doing well. I'm gonna.
$100 now. Okay, I think you're.
I'm dragging. I'm lagging here, so I'm gonna go out.
I was gonna say, everyone, thank Diana. Diana, thank you so much, and we will see you live on Saturday night.
Saturday.
I think.
Yeah, actually, I'll be
Saturday.
doing. I'm doing $5 Friday tomorrow on knickknacks, but
Nice.
it's only
Nice. All
it's
right.
my cheap stuff. But then I pull the customers over to here. So okay,
That's
Saturday night
that's
live in Cheney, Washington.
woo. Awesome. Thank Diana. Everyone, please thank Diana. Oh my gosh, because especially she was piggybacking off someone's Wi-Fi, so she really made it happen for us. So we have a few more minutes. Ladybug just went live at 9 p.m. and I told her that I would raid. So I want to bring on one more voice before we go raid Ladybug, or go pop over and say hi to her because she is live. And that's Jamie in the comments. Diane, I'm sorry, Debbie, I'm sorry we weren't able to bring you on this time. I think it's going to get a little tight with your live sales scheduled. So if you want to contribute anything during your live sale to continue the conversation, I would love that. Okay, Jamie's ready. I'm going to bring her on. Let me see. Hey, baby. I'm live. Love you. Good night. Sorry, guys. That's my husband saying good night. He's like, "You're so crazy. You're live." I'm like, "I know this community. I go all the time." I think she's here. Hi, Jamie.
Hi guys.
Hello, hello. Thank you for on.
How are you guys doing? Don't you just love these sessions where you get to learn so much? I think it's so cool.
So
Can everybody hear me okay?
I hear you loud and clear.
Awesome. Okay. I was gonna actually show the 14 karat gold jewelry again, just to I mean, it was a total shock for me when I found it. Because I just bought a lot of jewelry from a lady in a jewelry box and kind of the David thing, except they didn't know what was in it. They were just selling it. I actually got I actually got 5 pieces of gold jewelry. 3 were broken and I sold those for cash. But let me show you guys. Let me put it like this, turn it around. Here we go. So this is what I got. It is, and I did take it to a local jeweler without getting the appraisal. I didn't actually get the appraisal. I just got his opinion on it. But I am open to getting one if somebody wants one. But this is from the Coober Pedy mine in Australia. He did verify that. He goes, "You do know that what this is, right?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "This is an opal mine from Australia, and it is from the Coober Pedy mine, which is a sought after Australian opal from over there." He also checked that it was 14 karat because it is marked 14 karat gold. That was my first clue was that. But when I looked at it, I mean, when you look at it, it's kind of like, wow, this looks really good. And then it also has a maker's mark on it. It's not legible. I cannot read it. All I can read is NNY. Um, but he did verify that it was 14 karat gold all around the 24-inch chain and the pendant. He said this opal, as large as it is, he said this opal is worth $1,500. And then he also verified that these diamonds were natural. They were not lab created, so they have value in that also. So I basically have just listed it for 1,400, which is 100 less than what the opal was worth because it is a used piece. Um, I'm sure I still have it underpriced, but guys, I paid nothing for it. So I feel like I'm getting value out of it. I'm getting close to what it's worth. Someone's not going to be able to take it and just melt it down because it's worth more than what the gold's worth. So that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm shooting for. But it's a beautiful piece. I also wanted to give y'all a heads up. So some marketing strategies. Okay, we were talking about trying to get buyers over here. So Facebook. Well, this was the other set. Sorry, this 14 karat gold earrings, and I've marked them 100 less than the 275 comp I found. Both of these I've only found like one comp, and I went ahead and I wanted to show you guys this. I went ahead in my pictures, I took a screenshot of the comp and I put it in the listing. There were no sold comps. All I could find was one comp that was similar, not exact because it's an artisan piece. That's what makes it so hard to find that exact comp. And this one was listed at 39.33. And there was one other that was probably closer than this one, but it said it was a King Arthur something and it was like tens of thousands of dollars. So I went with this one and put that one in. Um, and it really is a beautiful piece. Same with this. I put the comp in that I found. There was one comp and it was listed at 275, no solds. So I listed that one also. they are real freshwater cultured pearls and 14 karat gold. So what I was talking about, because I know we don't have much time. So just to give you guys an idea of what some of the things that I try to do. So you can do this, magic comments. If you haven't already learned magic comments, they are it's a good tool for you to use to get the word out of your items on Vintage Jewelry Addicts. Um, I tried on our subscribers. I said my subscribers, sorry, our subscribers. I'm trying to be more as time allows. I try to do it more often, but at least share one item of every subscriber to our Facebook page and to Instagram, because you can also do it to Instagram. I believe you can do it to YouTube also. I'm pretty sure you can. I don't have a YouTube account, but I'm pretty sure it pops up. But anyway, magic comments is not hard. It's super simple. I wish I had it on my phone here, but I don't. Um, but basically, when you hit the share button on it, I've never done it from my computer. I always do everything from my phone app. I just prefer the phone app. But you hit the share button. And when you hit the share button, it pops up the different places that you can share to, that does the magic comments. And I know we've done it to Facebook and Instagram. I saw Sammy shaking her head no on YouTube. I thought it popped up, but it may not. Then you share it to there. I've had a couple of sales already. Just for, and I don't share mine a lot. I share every once in a while just because I'm trying to share everybody else's stuff. But I know we've had sales from it. People, all they have to do is type in claim. They can claim the item. They don't even have to come and join district, but a lot of times they do. And because they want to see what else we have. But they can check out right there from their cart. They don't even have to come over into district to do so. But it gets the word out that we have items for sale. I had a lady who typed claim, but she wound up taking it out of her cart. But I still told her that we have over 7,000 items listed in Vintage Jewelry Addicts to please, and give her the link to come over to Vintage Jewelry Addicts to please jump on and see if she can find what she's looking for. But another strategy that I use is Facebook. Okay, I don't know that you can do this, but I've seen many, many people do it, so I'm doing it too. But basically, I created a listing for this opal. Now I listed it at 1,600 because I wanted to make it higher than what it was over on District. But in my message, I said, see if y'all can see it here. I said, do not purchase, message me for link and get $5 off your first purchase. Shipping is available through this link, because once you're over a certain amount, Facebook doesn't want to allow you to ship it. And then I, told him what it was, what I'd done, blah, blah, blah. And I was telling them that on my website, message me for the link, shipping will be available, blah, blah, blah. And this piece has gotten, I just listed it too, but it's already gotten like 7 views, and I'm hoping people will start messaging me. I'm going to try some other items that are a little bit cheaper, to try and get people to pop over from Marketplace to District, so I just wanted to share that because I actually bought some auction items, from an auction house that did that. They listed items, showed the items they had for sale, and then said, message me for link. And I thought, well, why can't I do that? So I did it. But, it's another way that we can get our word out there and have them come over to the website, and buy from us. But yeah, these pieces, when I got them, I obviously saw the 14 karat gold. But the search took a long time because I couldn't find the exact items and nothing was sold. It's just because it's an artisan piece, it's just extremely hard to find and hard to comp. But I did find something that was similar, not exact, and that's all you can do is to go by that. And then of course my jeweler telling me that it was worth $1,500, the opal. So that's what I did. And then on these, I did find one exact comp, and they were listed at 275, no solds. But I listed them for 150. So I'm still giving a good deal. I'm still making money. I feel like it's fair because they're not going to turn around and just try and melt them. You know, they're pretty. They've got built-in backs. They're so unique. You don't find these very often. So they're still getting sold for what they're worth, which I think is really important. So, but I know we don't have much time. I just wanted to share, a few little things that I had done to find, value in those higher priced items, and that I've decided to sit on them for a while. Yeah, no, I didn't want it to get melted. That's for sure. That was a definite. I did not want it to get melted. It's just too pretty, and somebody put way too much work into that to, turn around and just melt it. So, but it's a beautiful piece. I still haven't cleaned it. I'm going to put it in my machine and clean it real quick because I know it'll be sparkling even more.
It's so big too.
Yeah, it's a large one. It's pretty good size. I mean, I've had
Oh,
some new opals that came through and that new jewelry that I bought off that lady. They were nowhere near the size of this thing. So,
it's so special, and I love what JV said, guys, where she's like, yeah, I did the research,
yeah.
and now I'm gonna. But she's starting her price comfortable for her, because if someone comes in and says, yeah, I really want this for my daughter's high school graduation, but could you do 1100? She might be like, oh yeah, totally. But if she had started it at 500 because she got it for nothing, she's not gonna have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it'd probably sell for 500. Oh, Sammy froze. Is that a good picture, Carol? She'll come back, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, you're frozen, unfortunately. Now it's telling me that you're paused. The fire behind this opal. Look at this opal, though. There's like purple and green and orange and blues. Yeah, probably. Yeah, we can see your messages, Sammy.